Alright, getting ready for round 5 with this Colossus amulet list. We've cast a lot of Colossus. I mean, I guess if you put 4 of a card in your deck and you Summoner's Pact it for it over Primeval Titan, you're going to cast it a lot. But, yeah. We lost to Twiddle Storm, which maybe I could have played a little better and sideboarded a little better. It was a tricky matchup, tricky situations. We also got kind of unlucky on one of our Colossuses, which makes sense, like is going to happen within the grand scheme of things. Like, there is variance. It's good to see the fail state of the card along with when it's good. I think I'm going to just try, testing around with this list for a little while. Like, I'm not convinced that this is the best way to build Amulet, but it is just, like, super fun. Like, the fun factor is through the roof. Like, if you just get to go absolutely ham with Colossus when you cast it. Especially when you chain them. Chaining Colossus is pretty fun. Oh, bosh. Well, we do have a basic forest. And we can get the Saga to crack under Blunt Moon, so I'll try this. Like, we have Dryads. We're likely grabbing Expedition Map for a second basic forest rather than Amulet, but we'll see. That looks like a turn 3 Primeval Titan to me. Also, blocker for Ragavan. That Grazer was just, like, the nuts as far as draws there. Like, it keeps them off of the turn 2 Blood Moon. It gives us a turn 3 Primeval Titan. So I'll get Boros, Slayers. Guess I'll bounce Castles since I have to grab Basic Forest anyway. I suppose this leaves me a little soft to pillage. No, because I'll just get Forest, bounce land, and play Dryad. Yeah. They have to moon us here or they're just completely out of the game. And even then, we're cracking in for 8 next turn and then playing a Dryad to block Ragavan. I will snap off this block. Can't beat the Colossal Dreadmaw. Okay, on the draw, I definitely don't want Urza's Saga against the Blood Moon deck. I want all of these. And I probably just want to up my land count. There's like an argument for Ghost Quarter and that like you can Ghost Quarter yourself, but I think I just want cards that can cast Grazer. And I'll drop an Azusa and drop a Colossus, because Colossus seems not super great under Blood Moon. We maybe can cast it under Dryad, but I think 3 makes more sense than 4. Well, this hand isn't remotely keepable. I'll keep. I'll bottom. There's a chance our opponent just starts like ramping us with Blood Moon, in which case we might want like both these bounce lands and not the amulet. Amulet doesn't really do anything in this hand. I guess it allows us to play turn 3 Dryad, but I just expect Blood Moon to happen so much. Maybe it's silly to get rid of the amulet. I don't know. Amulet just doesn't do anything when Blood Moon's in play. And I just feel like 100% chance we're getting Blood Moon. And like I like the idea of just getting to play Gruul Turf after they Blood Moon. Well, very much punished for bottoming amulet. I'm doing this so that if I draw another tapped land, I can play the tapped land and then try and try it on 3 with Cavern. Like, that's assuming they don't Blood Moon us, which I think it's very likely they do. But I think my plan is just to, like, they Blood Moon us, and then the Blood Moon ramps us. Grazer's a great draw. Chandra. Okay. Now, do they have, like, a bolt for this Grazer? They do have the bolt for the Grazer. Okay. Opponent is not playing Blood Moon, though, which is, like, the main thing I'm afraid of happening. Like, if they don't Blood Moon... Okay, backup Dryad's good, so we can cast this Dryad. Get in RBMs. do this now, so it's harder for... I guess I should have let Ragavan attack, then do that, in case they had, like, Bolt for Dryad. Okay. Okay, so I don't think we can play around second Blood Moon. Kind of want to get Valakut Radiant Fountain. I guess I want to kill this Chandra, probably. Do I accept my fate to double bolt? Probably. I think I accept my fate to double bolt and to land Blood Moon. Can't play around everything. So, land, Blood Moon, or double bolt both kill us. Oh, we got there. Okay, 4-1. Colossus looked good the whole league. I think I'm down for testing it more. I like the 4 Colossus list for chaining Colossus and for, like, making plays that make sense more when you're, like, having Colossus. Like, I think often you get into these scenarios like we saw where you play a Colossus, you play out all the lands, you bounce like 3 bounce lands to hand to set up for like the next Colossus, and you just keep churning through your deck and just go absolutely wild, which like Colossus gets you the next Colossus because it always draws you a bunch of cards. Whereas like Colossus chaining you into like a Primeval Titan is sometimes weaker, as silly as that sound, like Primeval Titan being weaker than Colossus. But like the moment you have 3 lands, like with 2 lands, Colossus is generally like I think as good as a Primeval Titan, about sometimes better depending on variance. And then with like 3 lands, I think Colossus just becomes better than Primeval Titan, which is not anything I ever expected to say about the card. Yeah, I'm not... I've called this card a meme a lot, but I'm not unconvinced. Okay, I'm confusing myself with negatives. I think there's a possibility this card is actually just good in Amulet, and I'm really excited to keep testing it.